Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Vlogpocalypse. I am, as always, your host, Jared Stefanik. And if you don't like that, well, tough, I'm the only one here. The only other person who could possibly host this vlog is my camera. Allow me to show you what that gem would look like. Pretty boring, huh? Pretty boring. I'm betting you're glad that I'm the host now. Yep. That's what you would see the whole time. So there you go. That's why I'm your host. Although, I do suppose that the voices inside my head could host it, but that would take a little while, seeing as I would have to report to you everything that they say. It would just take too long. What? Now, I didn't know you could do that. Well, don't. No, don't do it. No, you can't. It wouldn't be the same. You know, it's... Ladies and gentlemen, would you stop Stop it. What are you doing? Stop. No. No, 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 no. Ah! No! Ah! Right then. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stephen. I am indeed one of the voices inside Jared's head, and I shall be your host for the remainder of this vlog. In case you're wondering what just happened, well, that's quite simple. The voices inside Jared's head have become so predominant that we have been able to take over his body. So from now on, we will be controlling the show. First of all, the reason that I have taken over his body is because, well, the other voice had the day off. Actually, that's not true. The other voice is a female, and we decided that would be a little bit inappropriate for her to take over his body. There you go, that's why we did it. She's quite a bit smarter than I am, but there you go. And if you were concerned about getting your content, don't worry about it. I was inside Jared's head, and I still technically am. I know everything that he was planning, and I shall be able to execute it no problem. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is your new host that you need during a catastrophic event is rugged good looks. Now that is one necessity that this particular body does not have. And I can say that since because I was inside Jared's mind, I would know that he would be the first person to admit that. I am, however, doing him a great favor by taking over his body. Statistically speaking, having an accent raises your attractiveness factor by at least 3. Now I've just helped his body become more attractive. What do? And in case you're wondering why I have an accent, couldn't really tell you. I was just manifested inside Jared's mind. However, I can tell you that Australian, my own accent, is the first accent he was able to do himself. So perhaps that's why I speak this way. Doesn't matter. All I know is that my accent has now made Jared more attractive. Even though technically my name is now Stephen. Now, we're moving on. Now, I am sure that you were all wondering why rugged good looks would even be remotely important in a catastrophic event. Well, that's quite simple. Guys, pay attention in this part because it's crucial. Girls, you need to pay less attention because you're already more attractive than men. And you are in fact the most important part of this equation. You see, during a catastrophic event, human life usually plummets for 2 reasons. 1, because they're being killed out by some kind of external force. Whether that be a human group or some kind of natural disaster, that's how it happens. And since people are so focused on keeping themselves alive, they kind of forget about making family. And therefore less babies born. So in 2 ways, humanity is plummeting during a catastrophic event. So the reason that having rugged good looks is important is that after the catastrophe is over, you want to be able to find a good mate to help repopulate the world. Plain and simple. Having rugged good looks makes you more appropriately fit the stereotype that the media portrays for someone who survives a catastrophic event. And second, it makes it so that you can find a good mate after the catastrophic event, because everyone's going for those with rugged good looks, obviously. Furthermore, it makes it easier for you to find a mate during the catastrophic event. Now it's true, trying to have children during some sort of apocalypse is a bad idea. However, having someone there with you to have your back, not a bad idea. And besides, after the apocalypse is over and all the fighting's through, who better to take as your mate than someone who has fought back to back with you, saved your life, saved their life. It's quite simple. And this can all be achieved by simply having rugged good looks. Now there are other things you'll need to survive besides rugged good looks alone, but we'll get to that later. Now comes the segment where Jared would normally read the winner of last week who gave the best idea for a vlogpocalypse. Unfortunately, there were no comments this past week, at least not towards what ideas could be, so there will be no reading. If you want to be read here on YouTube, or possibly give the idea that becomes the vlogpocalypse, all you need to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Now, I'm sure you have noticed there have been no epic transitions throughout this entire vlog. I apologize for that, seeing as everything kind of ran together, and since my hostile takeover did kind of distract me from that. Now, even though I am technically not the one in these transitions, I do still think they're cool. So here we go. Epic transition! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steven. Thank you again for watching the vlogpocalypse, and I hope that you have enjoyed the change of host. Even though the look is the same, I guarantee you I am very different. I look forward to seeing you next week, right here on the vlogpocalypse. Good day.